Hello everybody, Mr. Pace. The past is going to come back to haunt Woodman Hills because of the statements made by board members, and I want to start with my opening monologue. You can run and hide, but sooner or later karma and the truth will catch up to you, just like it's about to catch up to a bunch of elected officials that were on the board from 2009 all the way up to 2016. I have had a couple of conversations with Jan Pitsy, and I've asked her to meet, and she's been gracious enough to allow me to do that. But Jan's memory isn't what it used to be. And the reason why is because I kept all these documents of all the things that she has done and said over the years, and have been slowly reminding her of the things she's done and said. And she always starts off with saying, I don't remember. You don't have to. The documents do that for you. One of the things that was really relevant back in the day was in 2012, when I made the statement that the district was overbilling the residents. This is 2019. This was 2012. That year is when the Truth Squad came out and started attacking me. That was a rendition of the Jax Gardner cabal with Green and Case and the rest of them. And this was my flyer. It cost me 34 cents to make. And one of the things that you want to know in the very top line is that during one of the meetings when Jan opened her mouth, she said something. Now, when we raise the rates to build a wastewater treatment plant and their fees go sky high, they can thank you. This was an elected official telling the community that they were going to blame all their rates that were being raised on me. I had no vote. I had no dog in the fight, but they basically then told everybody they were going to jack up their rates to pay for the wastewater treatment plant. That's a fact. I was at that meeting, I recorded it. I actually still have, because we didn't use videos back then, at the time, I had my Sony, and I had to dig for that one, okay? So when people say, well, what else do you have? Well, I have more. Not my backers, just an interested group that do not want to see you win. That interested group of individuals turned out to be the people that were unduly influencing an elected body of individuals, which is a crime. It's a felony. When someone tells an elected official to do something and they want something out of it for nefarious purposes, it's a crime. Benjamin Green and Randall Case came in to honcho a deal to get their water and their money out. At that time, nobody really knew what they were doing because nobody had all the facts. As time has gone on and we're 7 years up the road, we now know for a fact that by the admittance of Jan and other ex-board members, we now know what they were doing, including what we now fear is they have had influence over our current board. I'm Mr. Pace. Unfortunately, the history came back to rear its ugly head. I have asked the board in an email today to do exactly what boards have done year after year after year, which is hold a realignment of the board and to make Mrs. Ringen the president. At least I'm telling you this right to your face and above board. I don't hide anything. And you know why I know it's not going to happen? Because right now we have the same situation we did in 2008 when it all went sideways and Mike Pitsy went ape nuts on the board. And this whole thing about an AK came out, which was crap. And then that's when the whole thing started. Because Benjamin Green, along with Gerald Olesh and other people who needed our resources and our money, did exactly what they did. They came in and they took control of our elections and basically got you to vote the way they wanted by smearing me up one side and down the other, with the help of people like Warrant Officer Howell and Killett and all the people that were part of the Get Ron gang. But the other day, I remembered this nice, sweet young lady. Her name was Jeanette Hudson, never heard a fly. No record, couple of kids, goes to church. In court, under oath, she started blowing a gasket and she couldn't stop crying because of the fear that Benjamin Green and the Get Ron gang had struck in her after they had that famous meeting at Guadalupe's that involved Killett, Howell, her, Pitsy, Green, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And it was all to see if they could groom her to become part of the Green gang. This was a woman who did nothing to anybody. And then when she wouldn't play ball, they attacked her. They attacked an innocent woman so they could keep control of Woodman Hills. And I don't forget stuff like that. So Mr. Howell, the next time you look at me, you say, sir, boy. Mr. Pace, I don't forget nothing. And the reason why I don't forget is because I don't want to forget the look on Miss Hudson's face that day when I was in the courtroom and she couldn't stop crying long enough to give her testimony about how she felt and what happened to her. And by the way, Miss Hudson no longer lives in Woodman Hills. So the next time you want to ask me why it is I'm doing what I'm doing, it's because I didn't forget the Wrights and I didn't forget the Janet Hudsons of the world. Have a good day.